Here is a '09 Subaru Impreza. My son just turned 16 when he bought this one, and we picked it up pretty cheap because it's got a blown head gasket and had some other issues. So we fixed those issues before we actually started doing a YouTube channel. So we're actually going to pull it in for the first time to start this series on it. We're going to do some head gasket work and some customization, stereo systems, stuff like that to it. But you can tell right here already that we already got some nice looking wheels. And we did rotors and painted caliper upgrade on it, and painted the inside of the wheel black to cover up most of the dirt, which he needs to clean them. But that's the brand. The wheels turned out pretty good. It's also okay. First, we're going to get this thing up on the 2-post here and get all the fluids drained before we push it inside the shop there and start commencing on that. So we might as well get her fired up one last time here before we put it inside. All right, guys, use this light here. I'm gonna show you where this oil leak is. And I mean, when we picked this up cheap. Probably about $2,200 is what we gave for it. Let's see if I can get in here and show you some of this. Out there, you can see that single layer gasket. Looks like it's separating, which that's what they're known for. This one here is going to get probably a new timing chain, or not timing chain, but timing belt, water pump, pulley system. Send the heads off and get those checked. And then more than likely, we're going to put turbo head gaskets on this. That way, we don't have this problem anymore, and it'll make a good, dependable vehicle for him. Probably going to do away with all this yellow bullshit. And then we'll go from there. But we're going to go ahead and get it picked up here and get started on draining all the fluids. That way we don't have to deal with it when we're in here on the ground. So for those of you who don't know where the drain plug is for the Subaru for the coolant, it should be right there. We're going to drain the coolant. Should have probably popped the radiator cap. Now we're going to drain the oil. That way we don't make a mess, but you can see she's been leaking for quite some time. But we'll get that done. All right. You getting oil? You good? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Can you get it? Hold on now. Remember, right, tight, left, loose. And it does that to you. Get it where you can get it. And you just pop it. There you go. All right. Where'd you do that plug? Let's put that back in and we'll let this thing down and take that radiator cap off because it's all old. Don't want to forget your little seal. Shoot. Hey, bring that towel. Bring something here right quick. It's built up a little bit. I'll just hold it underneath there. There we go. It wasn't much. Hold on. Back up. All right, Drew, take that cap off. Now watch it. We'll watch that fluid fly out there. There we go. That's more like it right there.
Extended, I guess.
Which one? You know, I never touched that part yet.
Can't see what it is.
No. That's the reason why I like them GoPros, you know, that had the screen on the front, the Heroes 10.
If they turn off after a minute or so. It's like
They're supposed to have a red button. The GoPros have a red button on the front to let you know they're recording. I don't think that damn thing does. It's one of those cheap ones. Alright. Alright.
Hey Drew,
What?
you want to eat or be savers?
What do you fix?
There's just some little hamburgers and white buns and stuff. So they're easy. Why?
Well, I hate to stop, but I guess we can.
Well, I mean, I could save it.
No, I'm hungry.
Well, let me turn the cameras off.
We need, right before you go though, we need to get these transmission lines out and this cooler out, that way they can drain. Huh? Yes. We need to get this shit out of the way, that way it drains.
This battery is about to die.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We'll charge it over.
yeah.
Alright, this is a good stopping point.
All right, man.
Oh yeah.
Looks like you're doing good. So where is it leaking?
It's actually leaking right in there. Well, that's the resemblance of it. You'll have to go right in where the head is. Let me get a light. I'll show you exactly where it's leaking. Where did my light go? Well, where in the world did it go? I don't know what I did with it. But I showed it earlier. You might be able to see it a little bit better now. It is right where the head meets. Right there it is.
Yep.
Right down there. That's a good thing about these little cameras. You can get them right down there.
I think I can get it from here.
See, it's, let me get something to point here. It's not control.
I just have a battery warning.
You can see it peeling up right there. It is.
The battery just died.
No, you just push the button on top. And it comes, the screen comes back on. It is right. Yep. There, you can see it. Let me see if I can get it to move. Oh shit. See it?
Yep.
Right there. That's it flaking. Away from the steel. It pushes it right up because that's where the oil channel comes through there. Feeds his head. So that is what we're after to fix in this little car, and it'll be good to go. Alright, we're back at it again today. A little bit of the progress that we left off, which I showed you that oil leak yesterday with a buddy of mine, Tab, up the hill. But today we're going to try to see if we can't get some of these heads off of here and get this taken care of. So let's get to it. Alright, intake is off. Now we just need to go down underneath and get all that stuff cleared away. That way we can start removing some more stuff. So I'll take you down here and set you up down here. Get it set to where you can view a little bit of that. Hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Tilt you on back. There we go. Get a little bit of that action too. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like we might have to get the big guns for this. Soak that a little bit too. Never can tell, you know. You never can tell. I'll put some old Deep Creek on the old situation. Probably has so much oil on it, won't matter on that side. But a little bit on this stuff won't matter. Yeah. Okay. No oxygen sensors on that side. good. Alright, well, what we're going to do here is we're going to cut this to where old Joey's up the street here at the exhaust shop can weld that back on for us, unless I can do it myself, but we'll just see what happens here. A poor old jigsaw, just about had it. Alrighty. Alrighty. And we're just gonna take and drain the old lines for the transmission fluid here to get the radiator out of our way. Okay. So let's get back to the top. Alright guys, I want to say thanks for watching today. I really appreciate that. Trying to show you a little bit more about what it takes to do a little project like this. This is going to be one of a whole entire series of what we're going to do to this car. That being said, I'm going to stop today because I'm not going to have any more time to do anything. So I really appreciate you guys, you know, tuning in and watching. Some of my buddies are wanting me to post more stuff, so we're going to do that little series here on Drew's. Like I said, he's not here today. Him and his buddies went to Lexington, of course, to, I guess, get some shoes or something. So I'm going to stop right there because I want him to be able to see more what it takes to do this, you know. I got a lot of the big stuff off. The head part is what I want him to experience a little bit. That way he gets an understanding what it takes to take care of a car, to appreciate a car, you know. All right, man. Guys, I appreciate that for y'all watching, and see you on the next one. Peace. All right, guys, we're back again today with the Subaru project number 2. There's a lot changed since the last time that we talked about the Subaru project. There was there's actually a valve cover bolt that was a pain on this side right here. And that's the reason why we just made the decision to go ahead and pull this bad boy out and get it apart. So as you can tell, we did get this apart and found out that it was leaking right in here, right up to there. But you can also see there it's got a little bit of, I don't know if you guys can see that, a little bit of cylinder wearage, I guess maybe where the oil was dripping, where it was so hot. Scarring that a little bit, but we'll hone that out, make that brand new again. And well, we took those cylinder heads off, thought it was going to be like 4 weeks to get those done from Fraley's in Mount Sterling. That does a really good job. The guy, he had some bad health issues there for a while, didn't think he's ever going to get back to working on the heads again, but we did get those back from the machine shop. As you can see, already got them back. We already disassembled them, everything checked out, put brand new valve stem seals in, got that head surface there clean and ready to go back. But today we're actually going to be cleaning the gunk out of this engine bay, all that old oil residue. Now there's a trick that I'm going to share with you guys on this, and what we use to clean it. It's probably going to surprise you unless you've already known it. So we're going to get this thing pushed outside and commence on cleaning this bad boy up right here. And we're probably going to actually clean the block as well. But that's what we're going to do today. So put you back over here, get you set up, move you around and let you watch. I might have to turn the steering wheel a little bit. Alright, so let's commence the pushing in here. Straight back, get it right in the gravel. Good, we got 3 hours of time to use this, but let's see if it worked really good or not. Alright, we got it out here in the sun. Let the sun bake this a little bit down here where it's nasty. But another little trick you want to do, especially with your good connections like that, what you know is going to be that, get you a rubber glove, stick around it, put a zip tie around it, help protect that. My son's going to take care of that for us today. As you can see, it's not that bad a dirty of a car. It's just where all the residue was from the head gasket leaking issue. And somewhere along the time it's had a transmission put in it, looks like. That's a good thing. Alright, so we're going to let that do that. And one of the other little things that I wanted to show you, a lot of people use engine cleaners and stuff like that to get that degreaser off there. But I'm going to show you today what I use, what my grandfather told me to use, and I've used it ever since. And this works extremely, extremely good, as you'll see in this video today. But oven cleaner works the best. Just go to the dollar store, or any dollar store, get you a couple cans of this, and we're going to show you how easy this stuff really works. Okay? Now, as you can see, look at that. It's already bubbling it up. The way I was thinking, if it'll clean an oven, then it's gotta clean that stuff too. And it's right, it works. So we'll let that sit there for a few minutes, and we'll let that sit there, and then we'll get the pressure washer ready, and we'll clean it. Now just look at the difference. That just goes to show you right there. Oven cleaner is where it's at. I'll give you a little close up of this and then put you back out of the way and we'll finish cleaning her up. I just wanted to show you the difference, what that makes and what that does. That's why I use it. And then I'll show you what it is like once I get her completely clean. So we'll set you back over here and we'll get to this. Alright, so let's have we have got this clean, and it will blow your mind how clean it got this engine bay. I mean, it even took the cleanness, made that block or that transmission case there look almost brand new again. I mean, look at that. Good as new, except it showed all the rust now. But we will tackle that and put some good old Rust-Oleum on it, especially where the old battery used to sit. Clean that up before that disappears. But other than that, guys, it did a really good job. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. Come on, Drew. And we're going to bring out the engine block, and we gonna clean it next. And get it all good and clean. Alright. That thing's nasty as all get out too. It should be clean when we get her done here. Come on, son. You gotta learn to drive that thing. I'll have to put it right out in the gravel too. Let's put it, yeah. All right, let me help him get this out in the gravel. That way it don't turn over. This oil on your part, just push that in. Alright, we did a big change here. We're going to clean that out here, but we're going to push that inside. That way we don't get that oil from that onto that. So we're going to push that back in there right quick. Y'all going to help us push this car in. Come on. We just got to get it pushed up a little bit, that way, because it is downhill. We'll get it pushed up inside. That way when we clean this block, it don't throw oil all over his car. I lost it. Get that torch out here once we're going to cut that apart. All right, we're going to do the same process to this one too. Here, Drew. All right, we'll let that sit for a few minutes and watch it turn that into a brand new block. Right there. Oh no, we just ran out of gas. But look, you can already see a big difference, Bubby. Which we're going to have to hit it again because it's just caked on there a little bit better. But that's a start. We got gas?
I don't know.
What's that old saying, off our sling blade? What's wrong with it, Carl? I ain't got no gas in it. Yeah, good old non-leak fucking attachments. Yeah, better ideal. Yeah, works just fine, don't it? Gets gas everywhere. Alrighty. Let's get back at it. Go over and pull that trigger, son, and I'll start her up. we'll probably hit it again, just finish her up.
There's 3 more cans upstairs.
Yeah, go get them, because we're going to get them. But man, it's going to make it look good again. I don't know about you all. That does pretty good stuff right there. Highly recommend you to doing that. For sure. It looks like I got spots on you. I'll show what we come up with. But first I want you to look how amazing this block turned out after we cleaned it with that old oven cleaner. That's what it was, oven cleaner. And it does. But what we notice here is these pistons have got numbers on them. And we did Google it and we couldn't find anything. But this one's crazy. It's got CKN on this one. And this one's got 1CD on it. And these two match. It says 19D on it. Don't know what they are. Don't know if anything has been done to this engine. Like I said, this was a used car, but it was supposedly had a transmission put in it from the tag that we seen underneath the hood, but this engine here did too. But I think I knocked the little sticker off. It had one of them little pop tabs that they glued to the block. That way, in case you overheat this and try to claim it on your warranty as the motor was bad and you just forgot to put coolant in it. Anywho, it had one right there, I think. You can see it where it used to be there, and I think with cleaning it, it knocked that tab off there, which it don't much matter to us. But we're going to go ahead also and take care of these little spots. The little bad spots in these cylinders. We're going to hone these a little bit. And before we do that though, where we cleaned everything, water got back down in here, I'm sure, because these are the returns for the cylinder heads and that's your feed. We're going to go ahead and drain the oil and take the oil filter off. That way when we rotate this around to hone those out, we ain't pulling up that junk that we just sprayed back into the block. So I'll sit you back over here. We'll get that drained and I'll get the tools and stuff ready to do our best to clean that up. I'll show you that process here in a few minutes. Alright, let's just hold water. That's good right there, hold it right there. Now, let's see if we can do this. Alright, here we go. I don't know, man. Oh man, I lost my cleaner. I'm gonna have to get me a new can of brake cleaner. As long as we get it pretty decent, I think it'll be alright. It's just I wanted to knock down what kind of crud it was in it, you know what I'm saying? At least prolong the little motor a little bit.
Tighten it up a little bit, bro.
You can, it's spring loaded.
Oh, that's what I was saying, make it cut tighter.
No, don't spray it yet.
I'm not.
Okay, let me go back the other way now.
It almost looks like it's
burnt. Yeah, like it's welded itself or something. That's that old fucking oil, I know it is. She's pitted pretty good, but pretty rough, ain't it? You damn right it's pretty rough, son. I'll have to wire the shit out of the rings, man. I know. It's beveled. It's actually got a bevel in it. Unless you just keep going. Well, that's what I'm going to do. It might clear it up. I mean, you never know. That's almost better than buying a new or getting another engine. Well, if I can get it down there good enough, you know, hell, if he gets a couple years out of the car, we'll know where the problem will be if she ever starts smoking. That's for sure. That looks, don't look healthy, that's for sure. Seriously. But that was the cylinder that had the most leakage to the oil, and I bet that's what it was doing over time. It just dripping right down on it. How many miles did you say was on it? I don't. The car's got 100 and something on it, Drew. Yeah. So there's no telling what this motor has, because it, like I said, it's been had one put in it. And that's all you can do is just do what we're doing here. High side down, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Right there's the problem. See, it was really high right there. I think if I just keep going a little bit more, if I can get it smooth, that way it just, you know, glides over it, it'll have a little bit of loss of compression right there, but not much. But that's the only explanation I can think of where these motors set sideways. That was leaking right there, so I'm thinking it just went across here. But I don't see how I can get over in there unless antifreeze is leaking, because antifreeze. So maybe the oil was coming out here, and antifreeze was dripping in here, and every time it was hot, and that cylinder set, after you really set it, and make a big burn spot. Yeah, and then a little bit of rust got in there too. But if we get a little bit better than that, I think we'll be alright, man. I put a lot of fucking engines together that's been completely rusted right there. Get it, you know. Alright guys, we just got finished honing these cylinders out. They still look a little rough, but I think it's because of the antifreeze that was dripping down on the cylinders, just staining the cylinders. And I'll tell you why. As you can see, that one right there is pretty bad, but if you close your eyes and then you put your fingernail in the bottom like that, and then you just drag it, and you don't feel no stopping, and that means that's just smooth and that's just stains. And I'm sure it looks like there's pits, which probably could be some real minute pitting, but I believe that will be alright for this engine. But we got her all cleaned up, and it'll probably be that's where we'll stop at today. I'd say more than likely. It's really hard to see in here now since we've been out in that sun, but for the most part, this has dried out pretty good. Let's get this light here. As you can see, that's almost as good as new right there. That is. But but she's good and clean. Now all we got to do is get her pushed in here, and the next episode you will see us probably reassemble the engine and get it all put back together. But that'll be an interesting treat too. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, go ahead and put them down below, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can if you have any questions. But other than that, thanks for watching. Should have probably popped the radiator cap.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead. Can you get it? Right. Alright.
Hey Drew,
What?
you wanna eat or be savers?
What do you fix?
There's just some little hamburgers and white buns and stuff, so they're easy. Why?
Well, I hate to stop, but I guess we can.
Well, I mean, I could say it.
No, I'm hungry.
Well, let me turn the cameras off then.
We need, right before you go though, we need to get these transmission lines out and this cooler out, that way they can drain. Huh? Yes. We need to get this shit out of the way, that way it drains.
This battery is about to die.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We'll charge it over.
yeah.
This is a good stopping point.
Well, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, black and yellow, right? No. No. Cincinnati Bengals fan right here, that's for sure.